Witness tampering, obstruction of justice, and contempt of court. Those are the additional charges Chad DeSoto could be facing. During trial today, prosecutor Phil Tidingo said he would be submitting additional discovery to the defense, specifically pay-tel phone records from the Department of Corrections of conversations between DeSoto and his girlfriend and his first cousin.
You have admonished some of these witnesses who are subject to recall
Yes.
to not talk about the case. Specifically, you had specifically admonished Ms. Rihanna Casio not to have any contact with the defendant.
That is
At
correct.
5 p.m. after she testified, he contacted her and they were on the phone, Your Honor. Secondly, he's had conversations with Michelle Fatovic talking about the case. Again, she was admonished not to have any contact. I believe this could be witness tampering, this could be obstruction of justice.
With no objection, a motion was granted ordering the Department of Corrections to prohibit DeSoto from having any contact with witnesses who are subject to recall. While new charges are forthcoming today, the court listened to testimony regarding Chad DeSoto's competency. The court called upon expert witness, psychiatrist Michael Kim. Prior to the trial, 3 psychiatric evaluations were conducted on DeSoto but were not released publicly. Dr. Kim was commissioned by the court to conduct one of them.
He didn't provide any information about what he did. The only background he would provide were a few statements about no one believing him, being a liar. I can't recollect the specifics of some of the other comments, but there were a few comments where he was talking about hearing voices telling him to hurt himself or just to go to sleep, and then anytime that I would ask, he would kind of look at me, pause, and then wouldn't answer my questions. I remember him stating something in regards to when I had asked him the question, so tell me about the events leading up to what happened. He looked at me and said it wasn't premeditated.
Dr. Kim told the court that he was actually surprised how well put together DeSoto was, and that's the reason why he didn't put a psychotic disorder on his evaluation. And while DeSoto told him the Tumon incident was not premeditated, based on others who have testified, it tells a different story.
He was kind of referring to it when he spoke with his girlfriend, something to the effect of, forgive me for what I'm going to do tonight, or you'll find out, something to that effect. Which leads me to believe when I read that there was some forethought about what he was going to actually do. And there were some statements about he had read that if he were to commit some kind of significant something, that he would buy a day out of hell.
Dr. Kim also told the court that DeSoto displayed symptoms of depression at the time, as well as anxiety symptoms with regards to what was happening in the case, but no psychotic or bipolar symptoms.
I didn't feel like his competence was an issue. I asked him about whether he felt like the charges against him as they're written were wrongful acts, and he said yes, they are wrongful acts. The conclusions, the two main ones, were that he was competent to stand trial, that he understood the wrongfulness of his actions, he was able to understand, know what he was doing, and able to control his actions.
So is it your conclusion, based on that evaluation, or in the evaluation, was it your conclusion that he was legally sane at the time of the event?
Yes.
In February 2013, DeSoto killed 3 people and injured several others after driving his car down a crowded street in Tumon. He eventually jumped out of his vehicle and began stabbing people. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jolene Toves.